Hello students, welcome back. So my dear children, let's continue with the word problems, that is exercise 12.2. In our previous session, we have already completed till question number 9. So let's begin with question 10. Now children, in question number 10 you have the digits of a two-digit number differ by 3. So if they differ by 3, then if I consider the first number as x, then what will be the next number or the other number? The other number will be naturally x plus 3 because their difference is x. So if one of the number is x, the other number is x plus 3. Now you see, if the digits are interchanged, that means here we have to consider that which digit is in units place and which digit is in tens place. Only then can we interchange. So pay attention here on the blackboard. See students, let one of the number, as I told you, x, the other number x plus 3. Case 1. First case, let us consider the digit in units place be x and the digit in tens place then will be naturally the number was x plus 3. So what will be the digit in tens place? 10 into x plus 3. So this is the digit in the tens place. Now in the second case, the question says that we interchange the digit. So in case 2, when we interchange the digit, then digit in units place will be this one, x plus 3. Units place means 1 into this. So it remains x plus 3. And what will be the digit in the tens place now? X. So 10 into x, that is 10x. Digit in the tens place is x. So 10 into x. Follow. Now let us proceed with the question. The question says, if the digits are interchanged and the resulting number is added to the original number. So what we have to do? We have to add these two numbers. Then we get the result is 143. And you have to find the original number. Now you see. So according to the question, we have to add these two. So x plus 10 into x plus 3 plus x plus 3 plus 10x equals to 143. So let us solve. This equal to x plus with 10 you multiply. 10x, 10 into 3 plus 30 plus x plus 3 plus 10x equals to 143. Now all x together. So 10x plus 10x, 20x plus x plus x. So 21, 22. So 22x equal to, what is the number you see? 30 plus 3. So 33. So this side 143 minus 33. So what will be your x? X will be equal to, what is 143 minus 33? Here only you do 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 1 and remaining 1. So 110 by 22. So what is your answer? Your answer comes to, see, 11 ones are 11 and a 0, 11 twos are, so 2 ones are, answer is 5. So 5 is your answer. As the question demands, what can be the original number? So the question says that you have to find the number. So children, when your x is 5, what will be the other? X plus 3. So the other digit, here only I am writing. So the other digit will be 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. So one of the digit is 5, the other digit is 8. So what will be the number? Hence, the number equals to either it will be 58 or it will be 85. Follow both the ways. If I take f, 5 is x, then it is 58. If my 8 is x, then the number is 85. Now let us come to the next question. Now we start with questions on ages. Very easy, and you have done these questions before. Let's begin. Ritu is now 4 times as old as his brother. So let the brother's age be x. So what will be Ritu's age? 4x. Now 4 years, after 4 years, in 4 years time, that means you have to add up 4 to both the ages. You have to add plus 4 to Ritu's age also. You have to add plus 4 to Raju's age also. Now, the question says, after 4 years or in 4 years time, her age will be, whose age? Ritu's age will be twice the age of Raju. So see the question. Let Raju's age be x, so Ritu's age 4x. So after 4 years, both plus 4 you add to both, and then according to the question, what the question says, Ritu's age will be twice of her brother's age. So according to the question, 4x plus 4 will be equal to 2 into x plus 4, brother's age. So this becomes 4x plus 4 equals to 2x plus 8. And then you solve for x. I'm sure you will be able to solve after this. Something very easy to solve. So as you get x, so you will write, that will be your Raju's age. You have to write, and you also have to write what is Ritu's age. Okay. Now the next question, straight away we come to question number 14. Question number 14 says, the ages of Sona and Sonali is in the ratio 5:3. So let their ages be 5x and 3x. After that 5 years hence, after 5 years. So 5x plus 3, 3x plus 3. What it will become? The ratio will become 10:7. That means ratio will become 10/7. So question number 14 you see. Let their ages be 5x and 3x. So what will happen after 5 years? According to the question, after 5 years, children, 5x plus 5 by 3x plus 5, and that is equal to, the ratio will become 10/7. So how to solve? Very easy. 7 into 5x plus 5, and that is equal to 10 into 3x plus 5. So first you multiply, after that all x in one side, all numbers to the right side, find x. As you find x, you have to find their ages. So you have to find their ages, 5x, the first age, and the second age, 3x. And that is your answer. Followed? Solving is very easy, children. That's why I am not doing. I am sure you all will be able to solve this. Now, let us come to the next question. That is question number 15. You need to understand. Question number 15 says, children, that an employee works in a company on a contract of 30 days. So employee has to work for 30 days, and the condition is this: for every day he gets 200 rupees. For a present day, a day he comes to the office, he gets 200 rupees. But the day he is absent, 20 rupees is deducted from the salary. Followed? For an absentee day, 20 rupees is deducted. Now the question says, he receives 3,800. So that is the total money which he receives, 3,800. How many days did he remain absent? So let us consider number of days he remained absent. He remained absent is x. So let us consider number of days he remained absent be x. So total number of working days was 30. That means how many days he reported to the office? If for x days he was absent, that means he was present for 30 minus x. So 30 minus x. Now, according to the question, now we come to according to the question. Okay, I just delete this part. This is the previous one which we did. Okay. So students, yes, according to the question, 200. He gets rupees 200 for every day he reports to the office. So he reported for 30 minus x days. So how much amount he received for that? 200 into 30 minus x. From this you subtract minus what? Minus 20 into x. Why? Because for an absent day, 20 rupees is deducted. So minus 20x is equal to 3,800. Now you solve this. 200 into 30, 6,000 minus 200x minus 20x equals to 3800. Next, minus 200 minus 20, add up, minus 220. So 6,000 minus 220x is equal to 3800. So minus 220x is equal to 3800 minus 6,000. Followed? So here also you will get answer in minus. So minus 220x is equal to, here only you may solve 0, 0, Okay, 10 minus 8, 9, 10, 2, and 5 minus 3, 4, 5. 2200. And then there's a minus sign. Okay, so minus minus cancels off. Your x will be 2200 divided by 220. Fine. And that is what you have to find. You have to find for how many days was this person absent. That was x. So here whatever is x, that is your answer. So if I do, your x is coming 22 ones are, so 10. So for 10 days the person was absent in word. So students, how many questions we did? We did question number 10, 12, 14 and question number 14 and question number 15. Now the next question, that is question number 16. Now students, let's come to question number 16. In question number 16, the question says, I have a total of 300 in coins of denominations rupees 1, rupees 2 and rupees 5. Okay. Total amount of money is 300. Okay. The number of rupees 2 coin is 3 times the number of rupees 5 coins. The total number of coins is 160. The amount is 300. How many coins of each denominations are with me? So here, as in the question relationship, you see the number of 2 rupees coin is 3 times the number of rupees 5 coins. So let rupees 5 coins, let the number of rupees 5 coins be x. So students, let the number of rupees 5 coins be x. So what will be the number of rupees 2 coins, as it is 3 times 3x. You have to be careful, total number of coins is 160. So how many rupees 1 coin remaining? So what is remaining from total 160? You have to subtract out rupees 3 coin and rupees 5 coin. So rupees 1 coins will be 160 minus 4x. These three, this is all about number of coins. Now we come to the value of coin. So what is the value of rupees 5 coins then? 5x, because number of coins x. And it is a 5 rupee coin. So total amount of money 5x. Similarly, value of rupees 2 coins will be 2 into 3x, that is 6x, and value of rupees 1 coin, as it will be multiplied by 1, so it remains the same, that is 160 minus 4x. And the question itself says the total amount of money comes to 300. So according to the question, 5x plus x plus 160 minus 4x equals to 300. So when we solve here, so this becomes 5 plus 6, I write, or leave it, 5x plus 6x plus 160 minus 4x equals to 300. So you solve here 5x, 6x and 4x, and you take 160 that side and you find x. Now after finding x, the question says, children, you have to find coins of all denominators. So whatever you get x, that will be your rupees 5 coin. You also have to find rupees 2 coin and you also have to find rupees 1 coin. So total there will be 3 answers. So after finding x, you find how many rupees 5 coins, that is what x. So you find how many rupees 2 and rupees 1 coin. Next, let us come to question number 19. Question number 19 says, children, this is a little different type of question. Half of a herd of deer are grazing. Okay, group of deers in the field. 3/4 of the remaining, you have to be very careful with the word remaining. 3/4 of the remaining are playing nearby. The rest, again rest, that is remaining. 9 are drinking water. Find the number of deer in the herd. So let us consider, let the total number of deer in the herd be x. Okay. So number of deer grazing, half of it. So half of x, x by 2. Next, number of deer playing is 3/4 of the remaining. So 3/4 of remaining, what will be remaining? Total was x. That means x minus x by 2. From x you have to subtract out those who were playing. So x minus x by 2. So what it comes to, if I do 3/4 of x minus x by 2. So 3/4 of LCM is 2, 2x minus x, so it's remain x by 2, so it becomes 3x by 8. Follow? 3x by 8. Then the question says that the rest of the deer who all were drinking water and that number equals to 9. They have equated the equation. So rest of the deer equals to 9. So you have to find rest of the deer. So rest of the deer means remaining now. You have to subtract from x by 2. So x by 2 minus 3x by 8. The remaining previous one. So x by 2 minus 3x by 8 and that is equal to 9. So you take the LCM of 2 and 8 will be 8. So 4x minus 3x equals to 9. So x by 8 equals to 9. That means your x is 8 into 9. 72 is the answer. That's what you have to find. That is x. Now the next question, that is question number 21. Now we are having questions on figures. We will have rectangle with perimeter, area, all this. Supplementary angles, complementary angles. Question 21, two supplementary angles. Now we know very well that sum of two angles, if the sum of two angles equals to 180, then they are called supplementary angles. So in this question, the question says and they differ by 50. Very easy. So let two supplementary angles be. If one is x, the other will be 180 minus x. And according to the question, their difference is 50. That means x minus 180 minus x equals to 50. So this will become x minus 180 and plus x equals to 50. And after that minus 180 plus x equals to 50. You solve for x. So the moment you find x, you find both the angles. So the angles, one will be x and the other will be 180 minus x. And in this way you find both the angles there. Question number 23 we come to, children. Question 23 says two equal sides of an isosceles triangle and this are this. The third side is also given 2x unit. You find x and then you find the perimeter of the triangle. So here we know very well isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and they have already given you the equal side. So let us equalize both. The moment you can equate a statement, you can solve it. So here you see the first side equals to second side. So from this, the first side equals to second side, that is 3x minus 1 is equal to 2x plus 2. See, 3x minus 1 equals to 2x plus 2. I just explained, children. From here you can find x, 3x minus 2x. So your x will become 3. Follow? So first side equals to second side. So what will be both the sides? Put the value of 3. So 3 3 is a 9 minus 1. That is your 8 units. And the third side is already given here. Your third side is 2x units. Third side is 2x units. Follow? So when you have, you know your first side, second side and third side. 2x means 2 into 8 here. So you have to find the perimeter. So what will be the perimeter? Sum of all sides. So you add up first side plus second side plus third side. So what we did? Equalize both the sides, find x. After finding x, your first side, second side and third side you know. Add all three sides, you will get the perimeter. Now students, you come to question number 25. The last question to solve today. The length of a rectangle is 5 cm less than twice its breadth. So let us hold that let the breadth be x. Okay. So length is, according to the question, length is 5 less than twice. So 2x minus 5. Okay. So 2x minus 5, that is the length. After that the question says, if the length is decreased by 3. So what we have done, see, length we have decreased by 3. Follow? 2x minus 5 minus 3. Then what happens to the breadth? If the length is decreased by 3, breadth is increased by 2 cm. So what happens? Breadth becomes x plus 2. And then the question says that perimeter of the resulting rectangle is 72 cm. So once more, length we know, breadth we know in terms of x, and then the perimeter is given 72. So what is the formula of perimeter, children? 2 into length plus breadth. That is 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. Either you can multiply separately this into 2, this into 2 separately, this also breadth also into 2 separately, or together. So 2 into length plus breadth is equal to 72. So what I have done, you have to multiply by 2. See, that's why I put here a third bracket. 2x minus 8 plus x plus 2. So you multiply by 2 and then you will get x. As you get x, children, you find the length and the breadth. And here only it doesn't end, because you also have to find the area. Question number 25. So after finding x, you find length, you find breadth, multiply length and breadth, and you get the area. So students, today in today's session we completed till question number 25. So see you again in the upcoming session. We shall continue with exercise 12.2. Till then, children, goodbye. Take good care of yourself. Thank you, children. Bye-bye.